Hi guys, welcome to the next lecture for Flask. So today we'll be covering databases and how actually some stuff happens in terms of image rendering. And guys, this would be a little, I would say not advanced, but little contextual lecture. So please be active. I won't take very long. I'm just giving you an idea of you, how you as an analyst, as a data scientist, data engineer can leverage Flask in your workflows. That's it. So the first thing that I'll be showing you is I'll be walking you through the application first. Let me give you application walkthrough. So what we have essentially built is this thing from the last time. Let's say I'm weighing 122 and my height is 190 centimeter. I'm going to calculate the BMI. If I'm going to click on view BMI history, then you would see a BMI trend being displayed. So let me just see, is my terminal open? Okay, so my terminal is not open. Let me just close my Google as well. Let me rerun it by app.py. So first of all, I'm going to just give you a walkthrough of what the application is. 122 view BMI history. So trend chart would get plotted and we are displaying the recent data records. Okay. So see guys, these type of internal applications are built in organizations for particular use case. So I think the application is clear. It's not a very difficult application. Now let's just try to understand line by line of what we are doing. So first of all guys, we are importing stuff. Here the thing that you need to keep an eye on is that we are using Flask, okay, which is good. We are using render template, which we have seen requests, and we are using send file. Okay, so guys, the main context that you need to understand is that there are two things. One is client, another is server. So client and server needs to communicate with each other, and for that purpose what we are using Flask. I think this is very much clear. Now the thing is, we are using SQLite 3 because in this demo I wanted to add a database as well, so I have added SQLite 3. So what is SQLite? So guys, see, SQLite is nothing. SQLite is a serverless database, okay, which you can just use normally without having to install any software and such. See, no software and anything is opened, and it has created a file with this bmi history.db where everything is gonna get stored. You can even exchange these files with each other, okay, normally. So these are usually used for very lightweight applications, just for demo purposes, like I'm doing. Now the next thing is, first of all, what we are doing is, you must have seen this command, right? Create table command. So I'm giving a create table command and saying that if the table BMI records does not exist, so create it. So I think this much code is very much clear. Now let's close it and let's move ahead and understand what we are doing here. So last time you would have seen me writing this code, right? Calculate BMI. We are good. Next thing is BMI calculator. Let's just try to spend some time over here. So we are saying that, hey, what is going to happen is form.html is going to send some requests. So we are going to collect those two parameters. Those are weight and height. Then we are going to get those calculations with this function calculate BMI, and then we are creating or connecting to our DB, which is this SQLite DB, and then we are just inserting records. Okay, I hope this is clear. And then we are closing it and we are displaying it like we did in the last lecture. So guys, these are very normal things. Now you should understand these things and try to build few applications. You will understand, because in any data science project, essentially this is the workflow that will happen, is that someone would be writing stuff on HTML, CSS, JavaScript on the client side, and you would be working on the backend as an AI developer. So you need to just learn how to link stuff, and whatever processing, whatever operations you need to perform, you can perform it in Python only. So we are good till here as well. Let's just move ahead. Now history. So see guys, I have just added one module to give you a glimpse for history. It's nothing, it's just selecting the top 10. It's just selecting the records based on date, okay, from ordering it in the descending order and selecting 10 records, and it's displaying it. Okay, just try to keep a note of this history and just try to keep a note of this thing, plot BMI trend. Okay, and then it's doing nothing guys, this is just matplotlib code for plotting, and then we are sending the image in the form of bytes. Okay, so if you don't know about bytes.io, it's okay, you can read about it via an online editor of online LLM of how images are rendered in memory. So this is just used for in memory thing where we convert the image to bytes format, and then via the browser only we are sending data, and in the browser only it will get displayed. Okay, from the server we send data and it gets rendered in the browser only. So that's okay. If you don't understand this is fine. Okay, this is just for demo purposes, but let's try to move towards the HTML thing and understand our HTML file. So form.html. So guys, I think this form.html is pretty much clear. BMI calculator, weight input and height input. This is the thing that we need to know. This is from where we're gonna get the post request from the form if someone is gonna click on submit button, and then if they have used anchor tag, so if someone is gonna click on view BMI history, it would redirect them to the route which is history, which is nothing but your history.html. So I think we are good till here as well. Let's just move to result.html. I think it's result.html. Last time also I explained, but quickly we'll explain you again. Simple BMI result, your BMI result. So if you would remember, right, in app.py we'll be sending this. See where we have sent this. See guys, this is all what you would need to do in data science based applications. Okay, see, we are sending the result to result.html and then it's gonna get displayed. That's it. That's all you need to do. And we have added one anchor tag. That's just the fact that hey, if it's if this text would be displayed and if someone is gonna click, it's gonna redirect it to history.html. Now let's see the history.html as well. Okay, let's just see the history.html. So see, first of all, there is something known as BMI trend, and then there is something known as URL for BMI plot trend. So guys, see, just remember this thing. See this plot BMI trend, and then just see this history. Just remember it. Plot BMI trend and history. Just try to remember it. Now, let's just move to app.py and see this. What is this? Plot BMI trend. What is this? Plot BMI trend, and let me close it. Control shift minus. Okay, let me see if I can increase the size. Okay, so size is for some reason doesn't work today, but that's okay. So see, what we are doing is we are sending the image, okay, and then that image would get displayed in the history thing. Okay, that's simple, right? You had that. So that is this plot BMI trend. Once that is going to reach there, it's going to call this function, take the image and then display it in the URL form, because the URL is converted to bytes and we are just sending it over the browser. That's okay. And you can see this, see what we are doing, all simple. This is render template history, and based on those history we are iterating and displaying results in this format. If you're gonna mention my weight is 122, my height is 190, 33, view BMI history, so the BMI trend chart is getting plotted, and then if you would close this, and this is the BMI history thing that is being rendered. So guys, I think now you are understanding. Okay, the main thing is simple only. I'm gonna explain you the main workflow would be like this, that hey, we need a data science application, not sure whether it's internal or client facing, but let's say any use case, let's take internal only. We need a data science application. You have a front end guy who is doing HTML, CSS, JavaScript for you. You understand that hey, HTML is for basic web page structure, CSS is for styling, and JavaScript is for interactivity. Then what is going to happen is he's gonna be working on the client side and you would be working on the server side. So what will happen is that he's gonna send you some data, and with that data you need to do something. So if you have knowledge of how to collect data and how to render back, that's all you need to know if you are specifically working for data science based application. Okay, so you know data, how to render back. With that data you can apply AI algorithms. With that data you can apply LLMs. With that data you can apply custom algorithms. You can do pretty much everything, whatever you need. Whatever is the result, just pass it back. That's it. That's the main agenda, main theme of Flask and how it is being leveraged for data science based application. So all this playlist is just going to give you an understanding if you need to just get started on Flask and build a good project. Thank you, friends.